Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. I guess I have an apology to make to Zandra, I think you pronounce her name, and Mila at Embroidered Shop. Apparently I wasn't supposed to buy either their pattern and make something of it and videotape it for you to show you how to do it. And I even bought their flowers. Of course, when I showed the video, I used Dollar Tree flowers because their flowers hadn't gotten to my mailbox yet. I got them yesterday. But anyway, I showed you how to make these. And people are sending me hate mail saying, what are you doing saying those are yours? You didn't design those. Mila and Zandra did. And I never said I designed them. I put the link down below my video for where you could buy the embroidery file. There's no way you could make this if you don't buy their file. So I kind of thought I was doing them a favor because it is so cute. It's so super adorable. And I thought just having extra people with eyeballs seeing their site, once they click on the link, they'll be at their website, as you can see behind me here. I just don't get it. So anyway, I'm going to change gears today. I went to the dollar store again, and I got these placemats, pet bowl placemats. Super cute like this. And I'm going to try embroidering on this. See how well that turns out. It's kind of like a fuzzy material, and this is just kind of silk screen on. So I'm going to put Roxy's name here, maybe Roxy, and I'll see how that turns out. So join me. Okay, I am using Embrilliance Enthusiast to add my knockdown stitches for this. If you're interested in seeing what Enthusiast can do, I'll have a link for you down below and you can check it out. So what I did was I spelled out the name Roxy, and I'll actually just grab all this stuff and move it over here. Whoopsie. Grab all this stuff and move it over here. Whoops, I didn't grab it all. All right, just so I can show you how I did it. So the first thing I did was I just got a box by coming up here, and this, I'm not sure if this is Stitch Artist, but you need to have a box, or you need to have an idea of how big you can make your name. So I decided I wanted mine to be, and I can actually just bring this one right back over, or even just use it. If I get out of Stitch Artist, I can see that this thing is about 2 inches by about 5 inches. So that's how I knew how much space I had to use to go ahead and make my design. So there it is right there. I could put my hoop sideways if I want to right now by coming down here and double clicking, and it makes it go horizontally, and then I can move this horizontally as well, so it's easier for me to work on to start with. Okay, I want to interject something here that I forgot to say. When I made my box, I came up here and made it a run stitch. Okay, and further I made the run stitch so the stitches were far apart, so it would be very easy for me to remove at the very end. So I came here to the word run and made the length about 4.7 or 5 millimeters. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to make it so this stitched first. So what it's going to do, it's going to stitch first, and it's going to help hold my fabric, or in this case the foam mat, down on the perfect stick cutaway. So in order to make it first, all I have to do is right click on this thing, which is that design, and say move first, and then it pops right up to the top. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and type in the word or the name Roxy. So I click here, and it automatically puts the ABCs right here in the center of my hoop. I'm going to come over here to the right, and in all caps I'm going to write out Roxy and hit enter on my keyboard. Now notice it's not going to be very big, but I want it to be as large as this rectangle, so I can just stretch it out like this and make it so it fits within that rectangle. Okay, and now since I have Enthusiast, easy peasy way to do the knockdown stitches, because this fabric had some texture to it, and I didn't think my letters would show out that well, so I wanted to put the knockdown stitch around it. To do that, all you do is come up here to Utility and add knockdown stitching. Now, I wasn't sure what settings I wanted to do on mine, so I just left it exactly how it came opened. And if you want to look at mine here, you can choose whatever you'd like, but this worked well for me, so I just said okay. And, well, wait a minute, I want to go back a minute. I didn't want the whole box to be like that. I just wanted the name Roxy to have the knockdown stitches. So I'm going to click on that, so that is selected, then come up here to Utility and add knockdown stitching and say okay. And now if you'll notice, it kind of goes around the name Roxy. Okay, so I like it like that. So the next thing that I had to do was I just grabbed all of these things again, and I could come up here and grab everything, and then I just rotated. But you know what I got? I got this one over here, which I don't want. Let me delete that now. So now I can get everything, all of this, and now I can rotate it, because my hoop, I know when I have it in my design, well, let me click on the hoop name down here and switch it. I know that my 5x7 hoop, the little bracket is over here, and so I want this to either be centered in there, or what I did actually was I moved mine over to the left, because I knew, remember I showed you I pieced my sticky stuff together, my cutaway, perfect stick cutaway. So I went ahead and used my arrow key, grabbed everything, and I just used my arrow key and moved it over like this till I was happy with it. Now I notice right now, you need to notice this extra box under here I have that must have been from something else I was doing, so I don't want that. So it must be that one. Yes, I'm just going to highlight it over here and say delete. And now we have exactly what I want. So join me over at the machine and I'll show you how it stitches out. Oh, by the way, I would just go to File, Save, Stitch File As, or if I wanted to save my working file in case I want to come back and do something else to it later. But I would save my stitch file as, and for me, I save mine as PES files because I have a brother machine. So that's what I did right here, and you can either send it over wirelessly or using your thumb drive, whatever works for your machine. After printing this out, and I printed out both the text and the knockdown stitches behind it, because I wanted to see, is it going to fit like I think it's going to, and am I going to be happy with that? So I am pretty happy with that, and I like how that works. So if you look down here, you'll see how I've put this stuff on here. This is called Perfect Stick Cutaway. Well, actually, I can show it to you up here. So I had to piece it. Maybe you can see I had to piece it together because I didn't have enough. I was running out. This is the stuff that you usually made a big X through. You tear away this part, and you're left with the sticky part. So I'm going to finish tearing this away. Then I'm going to put my design into this hoop. Okay, now I'm going to put my mat on here, centering it with these little dots right here as best I can. And like that. Pressing it down so it will stay in place, hopefully perfectly. And let's see, the word Roxy is going to go right here like that. So I need to turn on my machine and transfer to the design to it, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's done stitching. Look how cute this is. I love it. Turned out perfectly. So now I have to remove it from the hoop first, and then remove the cutaway, the perfect stick cutaway, obviously using scissors. When I'm done with that, I'm going to show you how you need to get rid of the basting box as well so that it really looks fabulous. Okay, I'm going to begin removing the basting stitches, and hopefully you'll recall when I had you put those run stitches in that I had you make them about 5 millimeters in length, and that makes it really, really easy to remove them and quick. After I remove those, I'll be able to cut a little closer to the words, and then we will look and see the finished product. Okay, this is it. I just have a few spare threads to remove from the basting box, and this turned out better than I had hoped. So this is a fabulous thing to be able to make as a gift if you know somebody who's getting a new puppy or a new kitty. I happen to know a friend who's getting a new dog, so I just might make her dog Maddie one of these. A couple little strings left on there I need to get off, but oh my gosh, it turned out beautifully. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when I go live. Thanks so much, and I appreciate it if you do use my links down below if you're in the market to buy something. Thanks again. Bye, y'all.